Let's be clear here. We have a process problem here. We were called down to the Springfield today, and I had a number of emails that said, look, I want you to override the governor's mandatory veto. Everybody that has been emailing me or talking to me expected that today would be the day that an override on a mandatory veto would occur. But that's not what's happening. And you know what? People are missing from this discussion. So we have a committee hearing last week in Chicago. It's noticed in less than 24 hours, and nobody on the Republican side has a clue as to who's testifying until we walk into the hearing. Same thing today. No clue about who's testifying, no chance to get the people that we want to testify on this important legislation down there in front of the other legislators to have a full discussion. Because you're not interested in a discussion. You're not interested in passing SB 1947. That's why we're not going to participate today, other than to be here and tell you that we know this is a sham vote. Look, we took 17 votes on a property tax freeze legislation never meant to become law and never sent to the governor. So this is obviously vote one out of maybe 16 more to go on fake school funding reform bills that are never meant to become law. Because if you are serious about wanting to get schools open and fund education, you'd put up that override vote right now. You'd pull this bill from the record and you put it up. But you know this is all playing to the media, playing to your base, playing to the superintendents. That's what this is about. This is not about solving education funding problems. That's what this is about. What a scam. And now the rumor out there is, oh, we're going to be back down next Wednesday to vote on something. You just keep playing with people's lives, deciding at your time frame when you're going to do this. What a joke. I mean, is that, you know, actually, I find it quite rude. I find it really rude to pull people down here, pretend like you're going to vote for the override, and then not do it. Not even put the bill up. You don't have the guts to put the bill up and see where the votes fall. Meanwhile, let's just set the record straight on a few things. First of all, we've had record spending at the K through 12 education level. We've spent double the rate of inflation since 1997. In fact, our property poor districts outspend all of the surrounding state districts on average, our property poor districts. And we're ranked number 13th in overall education spending. I will agree the state needs to add some more support, but SB 1 does nothing to alleviate property taxes when more state support comes in. It does nothing for taxpayers at all in that regard. The worst thing is, about 80% of our school districts, 80% of them, have kids that where 1/3 of them only are reading or doing math at grade level. 80% of the districts. 80% of the districts where you've had collective bargaining for decades. You all have superintendents, principals, assistant principals, teachers, aides, nurses, resources. A lot of spending and no results. I want a bill that focuses on performance and results. I want an incentive pot for those districts that spend less than the state average and perform better than the state average. Where's that in this bill? It's absent. We are far from having had a full discussion on education funding in this state. But make no doubt about it, this whole thing today is a complete charade, a waste of people's time, and all you're doing is furthering the time frame from when school districts will get their money from the state.